Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet, the voice you know with the news you trust studio, sponsored by BASF and Certain Corn Herbicide. Unleash residual power early to allow for pre- or post-application to attack weeds at their weakest. I'm Dusty Sonnenberg reporting. Under cloudy skies, I've got 25 degrees on the barn thermometer right now. Snow continues to fall here on the farm with a little over 2 inches of accumulation so far. Looks like it should all wrap up by the noon hour. This quick calendar reminder, Ritchie Brothers is having a large auction on February the 10th. Visit rbauction.com for all the details. Also, this programming note, tune in on Tuesday as we will be broadcasting from the annual partnership meeting of the Ohio Federation of Soil and Water Conservation Districts. Ty Higgins will have all the latest updates. Let's check in now with Ty Higgins as he has a report on soybean production and crop insurance.
If you're thinking about planting more soybeans earlier than corn, what should you consider from a crop insurance standpoint? Lindsay Schwinn is an insurance officer with Farm Credit Mid-America.
With crop insurance, there are a lot of options depending on which insurance provider you might be insured with. Most every insurance provider offers an early replant option. So your crop insurance policy comes with a standard replant option. However, you can also buy an additional replant option on top, which grants you a lot of times 2 weeks or 10 days earlier planting window. If you were to have to replant within that early planting window, you are paid, whatever coverage you elect, but you are able to insure the crop to its fullest ability, even if you choose to plant early.
As you know, a lot of farmers are looking at that input line and trying to make some decisions economically speaking, but it's not really all that much more to use those earlier options.
Right, yeah, I think a lot of guys would be surprised. It really doesn't cost a whole lot more. And in the event of a replant situation, when you are paid for replanting, it could pay for itself in a hurry. So I think crop insurance is very flexible with planting intentions and guys getting out earlier and earlier and changing what they had intended maybe to do mid-season. Crop insurance really, it's there to work with you and for you.
Lindsay Schwinn, insurance officer with Farm Credit Mid-America. For the Ohio AgNet, I'm Ty Higgins reporting.
Thanks, Ty. Let's get a check now on your Friday and through the weekend weather forecast. Today's weather update brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Online, learn more at seedconsultants.com.
Plenty of clouds around for the rest of your Friday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Quick forecast update for you here. We've got a clipper system that will deliver some snow to the Buckeye State before the day is done. Coating to 2 inches. It may have already started where you are at. Others of you still have the bulk of it to come. But snow's here, coating to 2 inches. Then we dry down for the weekend. We're chilly for both Saturday and Sunday, but I don't think we see a lot of new precipitation. Big warming surge still on the way for next week. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thanks, Ryan. Well, across the Buckeye State, getting rid of excess water is typically a bigger deal than adding water. Joe Everett has a report on a drainage school that's coming up.
Advanced drainage technologies will take center stage at this year's Overholt Drainage School, scheduled for March 16th through the 20th on Ohio State's Wooster campus. The 5-day program focuses on subsurface agriculture drainage design and installation, covering topics like planning and laying out, drainage economics, GPS surveying, drainage law, design software, and conservation practices that help manage water quality. The school is open to a wide range of attendees, including drainage contractors, engineers, consultants, agency professionals, and landowners who want to better understand drainage systems for their farms. Instruction is led by experts from Ohio State, state and federal agencies, and industry partners. Registration cost is $650 with discounts available, and the deadline to register is March 5th. To learn more, you can find this full article today at ohioagnet.com. For the Ohio AgNet, I'm Joe Everett reporting.
Thanks, Joe. Let's take a look at what's impacting the markets. Today's market analysis is brought to you by the Louis Dreyfus Company. Excited to bring a brand new soybean crush facility to Upper Sandusky, Ohio. Learn more about marketing your soybeans with LDC at 574-566-2113. Taking a look back to yesterday's markets, the soybean market continued to set a bullish tone across row crop futures on Thursday, following President Trump's comments on Wednesday that China may look to extend their old crop purchase goal for the U.S. soybeans by an additional 8 million metric tons above the previous 12 million metric tons. Now, there are obviously a lot of question marks regarding how feasible this is, but for now, the market's reflecting added demand potential with a 45 to 50 cent move over the past two sessions. Corn and wheat markets were able to join soybeans with higher prices as well on Thursday, despite being a little more subdued in their rallying efforts. Now, in the overnight, we saw a lot of down trading, but at the close, March corn was down 2 1/4 cents, with March soybeans up 5 3/4, and March Chicago wheat down 1/4 penny. Now, since the opening bell, we've had some mixed trade going on. Currently, March corn is up 1/2 penny at $4.35 3/4 cents, with May corn also up 1/2 penny at $4.43 1/2. March soybeans are trading 23 cents higher at $11.35 1/2 cents, with May beans up 22 1/4 cents at $11.48 1/2, and wheat for July currently unchanged at $5.54 3/4 cents. Turning now to livestock, February live cattle are up $3.77 1/2 cents at $239 2 1/2 cents, and April cattle up $3.47 1/2 cents at $339.10. February lean hogs are trading up 52 1/2 cents at $87.82 1/2 cents, and April hogs up 52 1/2 at $89.90. Feeder cattle for April up $5.12 1/2 cents at $365.62 1/2. This is the Ohio AgNet.